Hey everyone, Sid Padindi here. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that is, I believe, very, very important in business. Finding your perfect clients. Okay? And before you think about finding your perfect clients, listen, we all want to deal with A grade players in our marketplace. Okay? Who doesn't? No matter what business you're in, you have that perfect client, the perfect client avatar that you have developed that you want to deal with. People who don't bug you for stupid stuff. People who don't, are not going to bug you for things that are obvious. People who don't ask silly questions, who pay well, who value your work. But before you find this perfect avatar, think about this. Are you your perfect client? When you get on calls, if you're on Facebook, you're obviously being pitched a lot of stuff. You see advertising, you see different kinds of offers out there, whether it's coaching, whether it's products, whether there are services. You obviously click on stuff, you get on potential strategy calls. But before you do any of that, think about if you are your perfect client. Are you your perfect client? This is very important in business. People who get business are generally their perfect clients. So, are you at a mental state, where you have developed yourself into this perfect A grade client? Would you deal with yourself? Think about that aspect of it because I think it's very important. I invest in courses and programs and coaching and masterminds that I believe are going to propel my business forward. When I get on these calls, I look for the value that these business owners who are operating can share with me, things that I can absorb and use in my business. The value is not always directly related to a dollar value. Their intellectual property, their knowledge, there are other resources that are just as important in business than the pure dollar value. And unless you have the capacity to absorb that knowledge, to gain new data, to gain new information, to look at different things from a different perspective, you are not going to get the dollar value out of it. If you look at the successful business owners and you read a lot of biographies or autobiographies, like I do, you will realize that a lot of them are easy sells for products or services that they find value from because they have transformed and morphed themselves into their own perfect client. And I think that is a very, very important part of business. You know, we got on so many strategy calls every single day, and we have people in all different buckets asking us questions, sometimes valid questions, sometimes things that are just, quite frankly, that tell you that they have no business sense. So this is very important to me in morphing myself into that perfect client that I would like to deal with. There are a lot of contracts, 30, 42. I just, the other day, I canceled somebody's $42,000 contract, gave him back his money because the things it was asking me were quite ridiculous, right? And he's a very successful business owner, makes a lot of money, has a lot of impact. But chances are, in his own business, if his ideal clients were to ask him those ridiculous questions or have the ridiculous expectations like what he had, he would fire them. And that is an important part. So when you get on these strategy calls with people, when you are going to book somebody's calendar and you want to get on the call and you're going into that call with the mindset that let me try to negotiate, let me try to get as much as possible. Listen, you're wasting everybody's time. And most importantly, your time. And if you're not looking at that as an important criteria, in my opinion, you're doing business the wrong way because you just don't want to take everybody as part of your clients, right? You want to deal with clients who are your premium A grade clients who love you for the value you have to offer, who are going to teach you things that you don't know about, okay? So the knowledge sense, and who appreciate what you're doing for them. Not every coaching program that I enroll into directly translates into money. There are things that I pick up from successful business owners who are running 7, 8, 9 figure companies sometimes who run these coaching programs. And they are things that I pick up from them. Sometimes it's a free value call, sometimes it's a paid mastermind. But at the end of the day, are you being resourceful when you approach these individuals, or are you just wasting your own time and including their time too? Just the other day, for example, I had a chiropractor who reached out to me and wanted me to perform 6 month worth of services. He was only willing to pay for the first month, wanted me to guarantee results, and I told him, listen, I mean, in any business, there are no guarantees. Guarantee of a business in terms of 2x or 3, he wanted 3x ROI for what he was going to spend with me. And until I can perform that 3x ROI, he wanted me to offer my services for 6 months until I get that, or possibly 6 months to a year until I get that amount. But he wanted me to work on only a very specific segment of his business, was not willing to do the things that were producing money for him right now. And I was like, listen, I mean, I can get you funding, I can do all these things for you, I can structure the ads, I can, help you get more customers. But he didn't want me to touch any of these things that were already working and amplified. He wanted me to take a dead area that he was trying to monetize, and he's been trying to monetize for over 20 years, has not been able to monetize it. And he wanted me to do this in 1 month for him. So is that ridiculous? Absolutely. I didn't tell him that. I'm not a rude guy. I was trying to be nice about it. But let me, if you take his example, would he take on a potential client who asked him as a chiropractor, listen, I want you to fix my third vertebrae, not the fourth, not the fifth, or not anything else. I have severe back pain, I have a severe neck pain, I can't sleep at night, I have all the stress, I have body pains in, whatever parts of the body, but I want you to fix only the third vertebrae without touching anything else. And I only want you, I'll pay for 1 month worth of services, but I want you to do work for me for the next 6 to 12 months without having to pay until you can fix the third vertebrae of mine. Absolutely not. No professional, or any business owner would even want to take on a client like that who's going to be a pain. So this is a very important aspect of business that people are overlooking. And when you approach potential deals, when you're looking to join other people's programs, when you're looking to buy something, this is something I want you to keep in mind so that you don't waste other people's time and you don't waste your own time. If you have the mental capacity already determined to think that you're not going to join something, don't even book a call. Just watch the free videos, do your own research, be resourceful. Go to Google and type in things that you can find answers to. Okay? This is very, very important in business. Business people who are busy running these 6, 7, 8 figure firms are not like this. They are busy executing deals. They make decisions on the fly. If there is something of value that they perceive value or value that they think they can gain from buying a certain product or buying a certain service or joining a coaching program, they'll do it because that's an investment in yourself. And this speaks to generally the mentality. Are you nickel and diming people because you're trying to get the maximum results for the minimum pay? And if you are, how does that translate into your own clients? Do you want people nickeling and diming you to give you everything, bend over backwards, and give you the white glove treatment, and at the same time, you're expected to perform? I mean, absolutely not. No reasonable person in their sane mind would take a deal like that, right? So think about this when you're approaching potential customers or you yourself are going out there and booking calls or getting on strategy calls or whatever with individuals that you think can help you, but you're approaching this with a nickel and dime mentality. Okay. Things cost money, especially from busy people. They have businesses to run, they have gained knowledge and whatever that is worth money in the marketplace. So this is a very, very important aspect of your persona, of your mentality. Think big, not small. You want your ideal clients booking you day in and day out? Become your ideal client. That is the first step of the evolution process. Without that, you're not going to get there. And you may get there by accident, by fluke, by coming across something that's, by whatever. Maybe you're in a high demand area. But those are things that you probably are not going to be able to sustain. So that is a very, very important key aspect of growing your business that I thought I'd share with you today. And in my own personal experience, after having dealt with over 10,000 people on a one-to-one basis over the last 15 years as a lawyer, I have realized from business owners, most of my clients were business owners, and the successful business owners are not nickeling and diming others to get the maximum value at the cheapest rate, because it's not about that. Would you want your clients to do that to you? Absolutely not. So stop doing that to others. Stop wasting people's time. Okay? And in effect, you're wasting your own time. You could do so many other things that will produce ROI, a better ROI out of your own time. So that is the end of my rant here, by the way. Thanks for watching. Cheers.